So one of the things that Jesus says, as well as those different things that he says he's actually come to do, to bring good news to the poor, to proclaim release to the captives, recovery of sight to the blind, to let the oppressed go free. One of the things that Jesus sums that all up as being, taking from what it is that Isaiah says, is about it being the year of the Lord's favor. He proclaims that point now, that point then, to be the year of the Lord's favor. He says it's happening now. It's happening in him. People have seen that, therefore, embodied in him, that he's bringing that in. He's ushering in God's kingdom. Those changes can and are happening now. And I use the word now advisedly, because they're happening now here in Erdington. They're happening here in this church. They're happening in and through his church all over the world now. This is the year of the Lord's favor. What does it mean, the year of the Lord's favor? It's quite an interesting-ish kind of a phrase, maybe. What does it mean? Well, it relates to something that was in the Old Testament law, that God's law that he laid down for people, which was something to do with Jubilee, where people needed to be set free. The year of the Lord's favor would be the year when captives would be released from prison, when debts would have been wiped clean, when people would have had a fresh start because of God's forgiveness and love and his goodness. It's a wipe clean, start again, share it out kind of a year. And so Jesus is applying this to all people, not just to God's chosen people, the people of Israel, but saying it runs through all that he is, and therefore runs through all that we are as his people. That we should be people who enact, who live out, who carry out the Lord's favor. Another way to think of favor is if somebody does you a favor, they help you out, don't they, yeah? If I ask somebody for a favor, you might not expect necessarily automatically for that person to pay you back with that favor. We might do. But with God, God's favor is given unconditionally. Favor in the Hebrew word where we got it from is a little bit like the word grace, that we maybe understand a little bit better, or maybe not, from the New Testament. We talk about his grace and his favor. So it's something that's given to us, given without merit. So if we can declare this for us here at Six Ways Erdington Baptist Church, if we can declare this as us, as individuals, or in our families, or whatever situation we find ourselves in, if we can declare this to be the year of the Lord's favor, if we can declare this to be the year of the Lord's grace at work in our lives, what shall we do with it? What should we do with this gift that we have been given of his grace and love and forgiveness and all the goodness, all the things, the Brussels sprouts, the turkey, all of the things that we have, the people that we have in our lives, the second chance that we get again and again and again. What should we do with that? How will we respond to God's love, his favor, his grace at work in our lives? So I want us to ask that question of ourselves, and I want to answer that question for ourselves as well, for you to answer that question for yourselves. How it is that we might respond to God's favor this year in 2020. What it is that we might do. On the news sheet, you will see there's a suggestion that we might read the Bible maybe again in a whole year. But aim to do that. Maybe we want to get really stuck in with our Bible reading this year. This is the year when we do manage to do it cover to cover. Maybe this is the year when we want to spend more time with God in prayer, to really work on our time that we spend with him. Maybe this is the year when we say we will help at Cameo on a Tuesday, or at Super Study Space on a Saturday, or Job Club on a Wednesday. Maybe this is the year when there are things we're going to be doing as a church to do with homelessness. Maybe that's something that we can get involved in. Or maybe it's just something completely different. But this is the year of the Lord's favor. This is our opportunity now. Every year, every time is this year that we have been given by God through his grace, in which we can do something, where we can make a difference. How will we make this our year of the Lord's favor? How will we use this gift of grace, the good news, to set people free? to help others to see him more clearly. What are we going to do about it? Well, here's a solution. Something to help us on the way with that. We've got here some little scrolls. Jesus stands up in the synagogue and he takes the scroll of the prophet Isaiah, and that's what he reads from. So here are some little scrolls that we can then write down on these what it is that we might do. The things that we will do in this year of the Lord's favor. The things that we will take part in. The things that we commit to do for ourselves. Maybe nobody else will know what they are. But for our part, these are the things that we will do. So, in a moment, there's going to be opportunity to come and, to be given one of these little scrolls of paper. Oh, and when you get it, what we want you to do is to write on it, little list, however long you want. You can do both sides if you want. Could just be one thing, just one big thing. But have a think about it, have a pray about it, what it is that you want to do, so that you can honor God this year. And then write them down on there. And then roll it up like a little scroll, whichever way you want. I think that way is best. Okay, roll it up. And then tuck that in your pocket and take it home. If you have a Bible, put it in your Bible. If you have a fridge, put it on a fridge magnet. Wherever you want to put it, somewhere where you will remember it and you will do something about it. Okay, so not a thing to bring to the front, but a thing for us to give to you and for you to take away and do something with it. And keep on checking what it is that you've written on your scroll that declares that this is the year of the Lord's favor for you, for us, and what it is we're going to do about it. So,